Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Emily Benson. I'm a retail educator and boutique consultant here to be your guide through boutique land. Today I'm going to talk about how to find vendors for your boutique. And a lot of people are out there selling wholesale vendor lists, which I think is a little bit icky, to be honest, because this information is so easy to find for free on your own, okay? So I'm gonna give you that information right here, and I wanna warn you not to buy those things, because while they may help in the short term, what I'm gonna tell you is that the vendors that you choose for your boutique are so specific based on what your genre is. You could be watching right now thinking, I want to have a boho boutique, or I want to sell really rad, like neon things, like a Fashion Nova or something. Those boutiques, vendors are going to be totally different, okay? So let me tell you the 3 great places that I know and that I've used myself, all my clients use to find vendors for their boutique business, okay? Because you're probably just starting out. So number 1 is what I like to call them aggregate websites. So imagine like an Amazon for vendors. So there's 3 main ones. The first one is fashiongo.net. The second one is lashowroom.com. And the third one is orangeshine.com. They're all the same concept where vendors from mostly LA, some in New York, have all their clothes listed on this site. You can purchase right through that site. The order goes to the vendor. It ships to you from the vendor. A lot of people come to me and they say, I ordered something on Fashion Go and it didn't ship. Well, you actually ordered from a specific vendor, a company that sells clothes. So you have to figure out what that is, because a company like Fashion Go or LA Showroom, they have hundreds of different vendors for children's, for men's, for women's, for shoes, for jewelry, all under this one header of fashiongo.net, okay? Hopefully that makes sense to you. The second place that you can find vendors is by going to apparel shows and markets. So I would highly encourage you to look and see if you have markets in your local area. Dallas has a big market. Atlanta has a big market. Chicago has one, okay? Those are literally market centers where vendors have permanent showrooms, and then anywhere from 4 to 8 times a year, they have shows. At these shows, vendors from LA and really all over the country. I say LA because that's where a lot of clothing for like women's, men's, children's boutiques, that's where a lot of those vendors actually are like headquartered. So they all come in to the market center for this show. There's also shows that happen in New York City and in Las Vegas. Those are called either Fame, Coterie. I think Project happens in New York too. And then also there's WWD Magic, Projects, Stitch, Curve that happen in Las Vegas. Those only happen 2 times a year. WWD Magic happens 2 times a year. So underneath this video, I put websites to all of those places so you can go check out what the dates are, because they change every year. So depending on when you're watching this, you're going to want to head to the first place that you're like, oh, I live near Dallas. Click on the Dallas link below and look up when the apparel show happens, or the bridal show happens, or the kids show happens, okay? They're all happening in these places. You need to stop looking so hard, because you can literally go be in a booth with all of this stuff, know the wholesale prices, know what the minimum orders are, all that jazz, right by going to these shows. So easy. Now, I do know that sometimes spending money to go to these shows is an issue. So if you're really starting out and you don't have a lot to spend to travel, definitely start on those aggregate websites, figure out who your favorite vendors are, then start to go visit them at the markets and the shows. Now, if you're a little bit deeper into your business, or you live near one of these places, I highly suggest you hit this up, okay? So my third place to find vendors for your boutique business is either Los Angeles Fashion District or the New York Garment District, okay? Now, here's what I'm gonna tell you the biggest difference is. The LA Fashion District has way more clothing vendors. Mostly what you're gonna find in New York now is jewelry and accessories, okay? Great place to go for that. All you have to do in New York is go, like I said, it's in the Garment District. So somewhere between like 34th, 38th Street, and then on the east side about 6th Avenue over to like Broadway, 7th, 8th Avenue. Somewhere in that area, there's a ton of different vendors, okay, that sell mostly jewelry. In LA, you're gonna find the Fashion District. It's on every Google map. You're gonna see it, okay? Now you wanna focus on Town Ave, 12th Street. There's a San Pedro Mart. That's where you're gonna find a lot of clothes. Now, most of these places are open during the week. Some places are open on the weekend. New York tends to be open more on the weekend. LA tends to be closed on the weekend. So if you find some vendors that seem familiar, call them and see when their hours of operation are. Generally, in LA, it's like Monday through Friday, 10 to 5, 10 to 6, something like that, okay? When you go to these places, usually it's a cash and carry or like a pick out and ship situation, okay? So just know that when you go, you can have things shipped, or let's say you live near LA, you could drive down to the Fashion District, shop, buy some merchandise, put it in a suitcase, put it in your car trunk, whatever, drive home, ticket it, all that jazz, okay? So 3 great places: the Aggregate websites, the markets, apparels, and shows, and then LA or New York. Guys, there's so many options, okay? So I wanna give you my free guide for going to market. You can find it here at this link, bit.ly/market guide, capital M, capital G, 2018, okay? When you go there and you download that free guide, I'm gonna give you a lot more information that I didn't share here, but I wanna make sure that you have these. Also look below in the show notes, I'll put the link there, and then I'm gonna be giving you a lot more information, so make sure to subscribe to my channel because I come out with a new video every week, sometimes more, that gives you the professional and thorough information that you need to start, grow, and scale your boutique business.